Alright everyone, going to try this out here. I'm on the Sandbox server. Hopefully this all works out. I might have to tweak my settings a little bit. Currently though, the Sandbox server, it's not 100% working right now. As you can see, we're in tier 1 here, me and everyone else in the battle. Outside of tier 1 it seems. I'm gonna try maybe tier 5 or something, but basically higher tier matches, it's not working at all. Either one side, you know, an entire team, depending on the spawn that you're on and the map, or both sides don't load into the battle at all. Like, you'll load the map and everything, but you won't get past the screen to load into the battle fully, and either both sides are locked out, which case it ends in a draw, or one side just completely stomps the other team, or just one player loads in. It depends on the map and like what specific little spawn spot you get. But so far, these are pretty much the same graphic settings I use in, you know, the current live server, and I don't really notice any difference as far as usage, as far as things go, so we'll see. FPS has been solid when I can actually get into a match. My CPU, like, I will say it uses a little bit more of my CPU as looking at it here, so hopefully it doesn't screw up the audio program and whatnot, but I would say it's about like 10 to 15% higher as far as the CPU goes. But then again, I have most graphics, you know, pretty much maxed out here. I'm not going to focus too much on gameplay, just kind of rolling around the maps. Everyone just is running right up the middle. Not sure how many maps I'll actually be able to see here at tier 1, which is why I'm going to try a couple like mid-tiers, but it might not actually work out. But the graphics are they're pretty damn good compared to what we currently have. But yeah, as far as the Sandbox go, you can pretty much test anything. They give you a ton of credits, a little bit of gold, but they don't give you any tanks purchased that you currently own off of your standard account. You have to purchase everything, so I'll just be buying like one by one. But hello everyone, nice to see you guys. Like, I probably won't stay on here forever, just because I may not be able to test everything. But graphically, the game looks a lot different, which I was kind of hoping I could show here. But as far as the way that maps look, they're pretty much the same. You know, buildings are in the same spot, covers in the same spot. However, like, as far as mines go here, you can see that the center has a castle in it now, so there's a lot more cover dotted around the center. And like this specifically, this used to be a tiny little rock here, whereas now it's a tower, so already covers a lot different with the new maps. A lot of the rock covers, instead of being like small little blobs, they stick up more, so it's actually going to be harder for arty to hit you with the newer maps. But pretty much you can try out anything. However, currently I was trying tier 10s, and everyone else on the Sandbox server, you know, is trying them as well. They ain't working. Let's see. I really don't feel like spending a lot of time trying to kit out tier 1s here, so I'm just gonna hop into the LOL tractor. But yeah, everything outside of not being able to load into maps, like, you're not going to notice too much of a difference as far as what it requires from your computer. Like, it's a little bit higher, it seems like, especially on the higher end, but looking at people talk about it, the lower end, it doesn't affect things much at all. But the higher end, you get a lot more options as far as, like, when you roll through say like brick walls or like hay bales and stuff, now they interact with your tank and like kind of flow with you in a way, instead of just breaking into like smoke. So it's pretty neat. But I'm gonna try after this one a different tier to see if it actually works, because I think Menz is the only map that you can get for a tier 1. Yes, I got around to finally, there's a new sponsor badge. Hopefully you guys like it. And I put up a new emoji as well. I finally got around to doing a couple things in Photoshop, so. But hello 23 and Dwayne. Sorry, I actually did forget to start the queue. If you guys do want to queue tanks up, I'll add the ELC here. I will try to get into them here. If not, I will start when I hop into the live server, the normal server. So, but as far as if you play at lower graphic settings, I wouldn't worry about it, because you can disable a lot of the new stuff that they added in to the graphic settings. I'll kind of go through it real quick. There's just a couple little new options in there. I'm gonna try to get up here. I'm not sure if I'll actually make it. So I'm sure a lot of people like put equipment and fire. I saw people firing gold rounds at me before I streamed, and yeah. I'm gonna try to get up here. I'm probably gonna get hammered, but don't shoot the person trying to stream the graphics. As far as the center goes, as you see, it's completely reworked as far as the large cover, so it's a lot of things to where people that hate playing against Artie, you're gonna like the changes for the maps here, because I've been able to get on this, but I've watched the videos of the changes, and also steeps, to where the hills are much more pronounced, and cover, there's definitely more cover situated around the maps. But yeah, little destructible things, like I have it checked off of, or checked off in the settings. It'll interact with your tank now, which going off of the ledges now on mines is pretty difficult. a lot more bumps and steep drops to worry about. But to me, the biggest change is, like, granted I'm playing a tier 1 here, but the sense of scale on the maps, or in the maps, you actually feel like, you know, you're not driving, you know, like this. The scale felt a little bit off to me before for World of Tanks, to where, you know, your tank just felt out of place on the maps, whereas now, you know, each map has a little bit more personality going for it, and yeah, it actually feels like you're driving, you know, somewhere instead of just like in a game. But after this, I'll try a mid-tier tank and see if it actually works. If it doesn't work loading into things, I'm just gonna hop over to the standard server. Like, I checked on the forums and also a few other people trying to stream it. Everyone's pretty much encountering the same exact problem, to where depending on what team you're on or what map you get on, you're just not able to load in completely. So we'll see if this actually works out here. The ELC is actually a pretty decent tank to test to see if any higher tiers are working. So let me hop into, I gotta purchase it because they don't transfer over like on the public test servers. They don't transfer over any of your account stuff, just your name more or less, and what server you're on. Get in here. I'm at the very least just gonna make it elite, but who knows if it's actually going to work here. Oops, I don't care about that. But here's the hoping that like tier 10 isn't working really for anybody. Like I was able to get into 1 match out of 10 at tier 10. So that's not exactly good odds there. It seems like only like out of all the maps that you can test, only like 2 or 3 spawn sides on, you know, all the maps combined are actually loading in. So that's, you know, it's not really good odds to be able to get into a battle. But let's see if we can get into something tier 5 here and it works. Which next stream, hopefully. I did put a new option up. Hello, Daniel. Into the Fussbot shop. You guys were asking for like a Halloween costume. I've got it semi-ready. Ryan bought something. She's like, oh, you can play as me during the stream. It's a hippie costume, so that'll be available soon. I just haven't got everything ready yet. I could try training rooms. Unfortunately, you need a friend for that. So that is one thing. I don't know if anyone's even... Yeah. I guess I could see if anyone's in chat trying to... That is a good idea, Nubalot. And then there's also... I made a new overlay as well for Halloween too. Hopefully that works out, but... This is gonna... I don't know if anyone's even trying tier 5 because everyone's pretty much sitting at tier 1. Tier 1, tier 10 to try to get into them. But to me, I think the problem is only tier 1's working because the way World of Tanks installs, you can play tier 1 right away. But anything after that, you know, the game has to fully install. It seems like they messed something up with, you know, the rest of the tanks. And only low tiers are working, but we'll see if we can get into a battle here. Alright. I try Sand River. Oh lord, I don't want... I don't want volume. But yeah, let me fix that first. I don't need voice chat on. There we go. Let's turn that off there. But as far as the graphics go, I pretty much have... I turned down this a little bit as far as post-processing, but you have enhanced destruction physics here, also tessellation, and in sniper mode too. They're kind of the newer ones, I think. I don't think they're in the live client, but just a couple new things. Let me see if I can get into at least a spectate here. Already loaded in. Trying to get into something here. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any Russian friends here. All right, there we go. Put me in. Hopefully they don't hate me because I'm NA. There we go. But if this doesn't work, I'm gonna hop right over to the other server. It's just, I'm sure that Wargaming's gonna fix it here within the next day or so. But it's a little unfortunate that, you know, they posted, this is the first Sandbox that usually you have to apply to be able to stream, make videos, so on and so forth. This time, since, you know, this is a pretty big update for them with the new graphics and they want people to get kind of the word out, you know, get people hyped up about it, they kind of changed that to where pretty much for live streaming. They changed it to where you can live stream whatever you want from the Sandbox, don't have to get approved. I'm sure, you know, if you freaking just troll and badmouth the thing, they'd get a little bit upset, which, hey, it works, awesome. But yeah, there's no approval process, so anyone in the Sandbox can actually stream it. It doesn't say anything specific about just uploading a video. I don't think that they'll care, honestly, between the two, but yeah, you're going to see a lot of videos from the Sandbox. But anyway, this is my first time on the new mountain pass. I've only been on mines before, and also steeps, or steps, whatever. Never really even heard someone pronounce it, to be honest. But yeah, there's small little changes everywhere. Each map, which I'm kind of surprised Wargaming went as far as they did, but you'll notice on each map that instead of there being like the same trees, like even down to like the same buildings and stuff, they actually switch up, you know, things, which you can kind of see snow flying here. I'll try ramping the graphics up a little bit more because I'm looking at what my PC's using and it's not really gobbling up too much. But they actually change a lot of assets map to map. So, and the skyboxes change as well. Like you'll notice the backgrounds on a lot of maps, it just doesn't like end immediately. Hopefully we don't all start shooting each other. Which it's looking like a few rocks are kind of popping in and out here or there, but yeah, as far as different weather goes, I think this, you know, they might consider it now with, if they, you know, get this patch out with all the new HD maps and graphics, or like, not that this is different weather, but the little snow flurries, I think that opens up the option for them to where essentially the only remaining framework from the original, it was called Big World engine that World of Tanks ran on, which was a decent engine when World of Tanks first came out, but it definitely has its limitations, mainly with CPU and stuff. This is looking to finally replace what was kind of left of that, to where, like, technically you can still call it the same engine, but they replace it to where that's why it looks such, it looks like a different game in a way, as far as the maps look. The tanks, mostly, you know, they look the same, however the lighting, how it affects with them does change a little bit. Honestly, the water on desert maps, it actually looks pretty neat, to where you can tell the difference between like muddy water here, a little bit clearer over like in the puddles here, but on desert maps they actually make it that like crystal clear blue. It sounds weird talking about graphics like this, but it's you know, I'm pretty impressed by what they've done with the graphics. Hello, Aaron. But I'm gonna try to dink around here on, you know, a few more maps, as long as these guys just keep up with switching around. I'll probably swap over to the live server, maybe after a few more maps here, because trying to get into every single different map might be a little bit of a feat as far as the amount of time it'll take. But so far, like, I've already commented on the performance wise. After this, I'm gonna try to bump up the graphics a little bit more. But hello, Minicam. You guys should get shooting stuff, because that looks a little bit different. But you can see it is a little bit blurry as far as when you turn really quickly and it's not loaded. But Me, I think if they can fix the teams loading in, they got themselves a pretty good test going here. Until that point, though, it's a little hard to comment on it completely. Wonder if they'll mind if we cap out, because we've kind of already seen most of the. It's near max. Wonder if they'll mind if we cap out. We'll see though. But as far as the settings go, graphically, I don't have AA on because that kills my CPU while I'm streaming. But as far as the other settings, most are pretty high. I'll try to bump them up a little bit more. It shouldn't affect and make me log out. Start with that. It'll probably switch after the battle here, once we pop into the garage. That guy looks like he might come to reset me. I'll let him if he wants to drive around the map a little bit more. But, we'll see. I was kind of looking at the mini-map and everyone drove around it, so... He reset me, but... I guess he wants to drive around the map a little bit more. Seems like everyone's killing each other, though. But, yeah. Anyway, I guess I'll cap out this time, because now we're actively killing each other. But, as far as, so you guys can see it, I worked a little bit on it. New overlay for Halloween. A little bit different, to say the least. It's my first time seeing it. So, yeah. I might have to switch up a little bit with how my webcam looks. But here's a little peek at that. And Ryan also helped me a little bit with behind me as far as decorating that. Let's say I'll actually shoot you this time. I don't want to entirely piss this guy off. I don't know if he's the one with the training room or whatnot, but... the T-100's at me. Hey, if you stayed nestled up to me, we could have, he could have probably killed me. I can't point down behind enough. But anyway, let's try out. But as far as Ryan helped that side spruce up the wall a little bit for Halloween here. Anyway, see if team training. The commander left. Alright, let's see if we can get into a battle here. Drag me up. This guy doesn't seem like he's... I could just create my own room, I guess. I'm just gonna create my own room. Screw it. Let's see. I have not been able to try El Haloof. So let's hop into this one. See if anyone actually... Hello, Jack. Nice to see you. And John B as well. We'll see if anyone actually likes me here. I'm pretty sure it's open to everyone to join. Yeah, the problem is friends list don't exactly work out too well here. Yeah, I can make it shorter. It's just most people do it longer. Maybe that'll get people in here. Okay, I hate waiting around now. I'm just gonna see if I can get into another room here. Nobody wants to join the NA players room. Seems to be the case. I think I sorry if anybody, you know, is getting a little bored with this. I'm just trying to be nice if I had, you know, someone logged in here as well that I could just invite to test it out. If anyone here is watching is on the Sandbox server, that would be awesome. But alright. See if I can find someone that actually speaks English. That's the problem. It's just a bunch of RU players spamming in the chat here. Anyway, I was, you know, not to say I wasn't looking forward to getting on the Sandbox server. I was looking forward to, I got on a little bit early here to actually, I was going to skip past a couple grinds and give in and use some free experience, but I was going to grind for about an hour on my, let's see if I can get that guy's name. Invite him. If someone speaks English. There we go. We got a player. He was complaining about it not working. So I didn't want to invite a Russian person and them to be talking to me, and I wouldn't have any clue about what they're actually saying. Hopefully this actually works though. I saw other people on Redshire. Alright, anyway, we're on Redshire here. As you can see, completely different as far as how it looks. There's a blimp too. But it'll actually be interesting. I'm gonna head towards the castle because that actually looks pretty different, but... And there's some crash blimps over there as well. Or zeppelins or whatever. But it's gonna be pretty interesting to see, you know, people play with the changes. Like, not to say you're gonna have to relearn the whole game, but it's just disorienting sometimes, in a good way, though. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't get to the big one. But it looks like it changed a little bit here. As far as this being a little bit narrower. Yeah, but they kept most of it the same, and they also made that a little bit more pronounced, the wall and the edge of the map. Hello, Mojo. Well, with lower graphics, it seems like as you dial it down, like right now, I would say like I bumped the graphics up after the last battle a little bit, but it's almost fully maxed out. It's not using that much, which there's a rock stuck in my track wheel, or at least it was for a minute there. It's not using that much more power, to be honest. Like, it's a little bit higher, it seems like, on my CPU. However, you know, for lower graphics, it shouldn't change it at all. The main difference is this is the Sandbox, so there's no announcement as far as when it's coming. They have 11 maps up right now. They don't have a lot of the winter, like pure snow maps and stuff up. It's just the non-winter ones, it seems like. My guess is either it's going to be right before the holidays or the first patch after, say, Christmas, New Year's, when it will come out. I would say the better chance is going to be early next year, unless they release it and only release some maps, because, you know, they still have a good chunk of maps. Using minimum graphics, Leith, I can try that, yes. Oh, this looks completely different. Here's another thing with, there's a lot more arty cover now, so I think that'll make a lot of people happy. SPG players are probably going to be a little pissed off, though. Good luck hitting a lot of people under this thing. This is actually completely different from a you know, gameplay standpoint. I actually don't mind if he caps out. If he wants to pop out, feel free. I grabbed the first person that I saw speaking English. But people concerned that there's less, as far as like cover goes, as far as bushes and whatnot, don't have to be too concerned about it. But I guess we could end this. I think I've covered the main points here. But as far as bushes and stuff go, they should work the same as far as camouflage values, and the trees go as well. It's not going to be super advanced. As far as, like, trees look much better now to where, as far as adding, like, a camouflage value, it's probably not going to extend all the way out to the edges of the leaves, since they're, you know, they're a little bit larger now, to where it's just going to be a simplified box. But it, you know, they do add a bit of bushes and trees as far as what I've seen to each map. It's a little bit more fleshed out. So I think that's really the changes. There's, you know, the blimp and the castle changes on this map, but outside of that, you just have a few more trees here or there. But I'll try to tone the graphics down a bit, unless it messes up the game a lot. My FPS is solid at 60. But Leith, I probably won't be able to turn it down to the standard graphics, if that's what you're asking, though. Which I might hop into, say, like a light. Just so I can get a little bit. The water does interact, yes. However, say shooting Like I do have an HE shell loaded here. Shooting through, I kind of saw trees. It still doesn't interact with everything. Let's see if this actually does it. See, you can shoot right through buildings now. Or not buildings. It doesn't interact with walls anymore. I don't know if that's intended, but this is a sandbox test, which is why, if you can see, it's kind of grayed out a little bit. It says work in progress. So you actually can shoot through cover now. But let's see if I can not kill everything. And drop down. Just for one battle here. I'm gonna keep the draw distance and stuff in place. Alright, let's hop into something a little bit faster. I like American tanks, so I'm gonna stick with Jared in here. Yeah, I forgot about the stupid garage space. Not that I'm really, I guess, fighting anybody, but old habits die hard here. I'll at least put some stuff on here too. All right, so let's switch to Himmelsdorf. Now these are low settings. I'm gonna bump it back up a leaf just after we get a little look here. But as far as low graphics go on Himmelsdorf, this is what, not standard, but there's low settings. So it still looks a hell of a lot better. And let's switch back up to high here. Trying not to completely kill my CPU just so it doesn't mess up. Ta-da! Pretty again. Just so it doesn't completely kill my audio program if the CPU maxes out. So definitely, there's an actual frickin' bridge here now. It's not just a random wall. So they definitely still look better with the minimum settings. I would say people concerned about what if you have a weaker, which is actually easier to get up here now. If you have a weaker computer, it should still actually, it should perform about the same. I feel like, just looking, like I have on my keyboard here, I have a little LCD screen with what my CPU and GPU are using resource-wise. And it's looking, you know, within, say, about 5–10%. Not too much of a difference up here, but who would have known that Himmelsdorf is actually not just gray? I know there's water, there's freaking ships and stuff, which, you know, as long as team training gets, you know, gets through here pretty well, I'm probably gonna go over and look at that battleship. I'll try to look at every map here, just, you know, try to get through them as fast as possible, which there's actually a bit more already covered here with a wall. So that's pretty much every map I've been on so far. A lot of places have more arty cover, so it's gonna make a lot of people happy. Except for the SPG players. Trying to get over to that side, then I'll round up the middle. But this is gonna be, you know, I said it a few times before where wargaming, you can, like, I definitely hate on it, which there's less cover in there now. You can hate on about some balancing changes, but they still keep the game pretty fresh after all these years. And I'm just running over a bunch of barrels here. But yeah, there's water and a sunk ship now on Himmelsdorf. That's new. While these aren't new maps, you know, I think it'll still make the game feel really fresh. You know, not forever, but it'll definitely make it feel like you're playing a newer game. Because the maps definitely were lacking a bit the past couple years. Hello, Stacy. Nice to see you. Huh. Oh, I'm gonna flip myself over. Whoops. No, I don't think Wide Park's on it. He said you can destroy things outside of the map. Sure. Well, nothing really for me to shoot. I would say yes, a lot of mountain climbing spots have probably gone away. Just because the hills, you know, the rocks, instead of being smoother, they're a lot more jagged now. To where getting down them, you can still get down them in a lot of places, but getting up's going to be a completely different story. But today's actually a pretty decent day for this to happen as well, because I can actually stream a little bit longer. Oh god. To where even though I'm on the Sandbox now, I will pop over to my, you know, live account at some point, and I can actually go a little bit longer for the stream. So, which just has a lot less cover. Yeah, these are definitely smaller, and there's little, there's still a little bit of cutouts here. But not that this is a good example, but the rocks are less smooth, so getting up them is going to be more challenging, if not impossible in a lot of spots, but getting down them is still doable. So it is a Bismarck, or the Bismarck, I should say. Alright, I think he's seen everything, so why don't I try? I can jump off of there. Let's see if there's any other spots for me to fly off of now, if they changed it. It looks like the wall is pretty much the same. I don't think I'm going to be able to get through here, but no. It's worth a try. But the maps definitely, you know, I'll give Wargaming credit. They look not completely different, you know, from a gameplay element. Small little changes here or there, but they look a lot better. Hello Tig, nice to see you. It's just just end that right there. Anyway, I get to modify the room, see if that guy wants to keep in, so why don't we switch it up a little bit? Go to Sand River. This guy's fine with it. I'll just keep popping in here. I did thank him personally on the stream. I didn't, and I said thank you in the chat, but I didn't actually like message him or anything afterwards. So first look at a desert map here for Sand River. You can already tell that the town looks a little bit different over that way. And you actually have a little bit of ambiance. I'll be interested if the water actually looks like it did on the one other map I tried earlier. I know I do have some spooky ghosts back here for Halloween. Huh, they actually have... I don't know what the hell that is, but... yeah, run them over. I guess it's stuff that they're dying, I would assume. No problem, Leaf. I can actually try it again, just to show differences. See, let me get to a decent spot, which just seems it's a lot less tall here, as far as the terrain difference. But graphics go, let that set in for a second. Switching everything down to lower end here. I don't want to change the draw difference. So honestly, there's not that huge of a difference, in my opinion, as far as low to high on the improved graphic render. I'm sure standard render still looks, you know, definitely a little bit different, but switching up to high here again, which I'll actually bump this up a little bit higher. I think my PC can handle it, but if my voice starts getting a little gargly, you know why. Here we go. Yeah, as far as, like, I've said it quite a few times, but every single map they're keeping, like, the, you know, the bones in place for the maps. However, like, even here, there's a couple rocks there on the live server. However, you know, they switched it up, which it looks like all the rocks are still here. They just, you know, they remove a rock here or there, they make something a little bit taller, you know, they add a bush or a tree here or there. But as far as, yeah, that actually does look pretty cool. Well, yes, if I bump it up too high, the first thing always to go is my voice. When you hear my audio program kind of start, you know, screwing my voice up to where it sounds wonky, that's my first program that gets kind of killed when my CPU maxes out. Which, when I switch the graphics up and down here, it'll look weird for a few seconds because the bitrate for the stream just, it, you know, goes from pretty damn low, which, holy crap, there's something hard there. I actually took the roof with me. I wonder if, nope, that's because I have it on high and then in sniper view a little bit lower. There's actually stuff that's hard under them. But yeah, they keep the bones in place, but they make small little changes to where it'll probably be for the better, but you're gonna have to kind of relearn all the maps, which is why I've waited to redo my weak spot guide, or not weak spot guides, map strategy guides, because the maps are gonna change a lot when it comes to the small areas. Like the mini map, looking at it, looks almost the same. If they might have even used the same mini map, to be honest, but yeah, like up here, this whole area doesn't look like too much of a change, but it's a fairly big change just from driving here right now. Like, I usually hate coming up here to where there's actually a little bit more cover, specifically here, and it's going to be a little bit more feasible to fight up here. I think he's got across the whole map, so I'll find somewhere to kill myself. Maybe. That's not gonna do it. Now you can see the pressure wave in the water. Probably not the best map for trying to destroy myself. So I'll do that next map maybe. Trying to flip myself over here. That didn't work. And I don't have a repair kit. Well, this isn't the test, so you can apply for the sandbox. Or this works. Here we go. Alright, so that worked out there. Get to modify the room again. This is the one I played earlier, however you guys didn't get to see it here. Which, since I can actually make videos for this, I'll probably do run through on a normal video. That way I can crank everything up all the way and it'll probably be pretty crystal clear. Go into the water in low settings? Yes. It does look completely new. I tried this out earlier. I'm gonna go over to the spot that I thought looked pretty. But I would say this, as far as the maps I've tried so far, this was the biggest change between all of them. As far as graphically how it looks. I actually didn't make it outside of this area, but I ended up, my team bum rushed the team that didn't load in and they all died. But, alright, let's see. Add some shots with high water quality. Let's lower this down a little bit here. So it's a little bit blurrier, it's not as clear. However, shooting, you know, it's still pretty much the same effect. Like I know I didn't change everything now. Let me. Okay, so that completely removes everything. Removing the extra effects. Alright, so let's pop this back up. I'm really glad that a lot of these things don't change. I can't drive while not looking anymore because things are in different spots. But yeah, I haven't actually made it over to the 8-0 line. Anyway. I can't even type here. Too busy looking around here. Which, yeah, this area, completely different back here. Probably for the worse, because more people are going to camp back there. Got a gigantic-ass frickin' gun there. That's pretty neat. But yeah, this hill was never this pronounced now. But this is, yeah, this is going to be pretty different fighting over here. It's a lot more open. Yeah, you can already tell that there's less terrain basically horizontally here going across it. Hello, Madalena. If you haven't gotten a Sandbox invite, you need to apply and get an invite for it. If you have got it, make sure in your email you have to click on reset your password. You have to reset it every single Sandbox before you can log in. Even if you've reset it to the same thing, it's gonna make you basically switch your password every time. But yeah, this is completely different here. It looks completely. This is gonna be. I think once this comes out, as long as Wargaming doesn't completely screw up as far as like balancing changes, like they're definitely teetering on the edge a lot. I think a lot of people are gonna come back and try to game out. Hello, Yosef. Nice to see you. Which even this little area is better. Probably a little bit more for the people attacking this base, but oh god, no! I almost pulled a Cody there. Alright, we're almost done with this map. I think I covered most spots, and he did as well, or he or she. Very glad that we have someone helping us out here testing the maps. Little flowers that probably... Nah, they're still in the crater. I have not done Malinovka if that's an option. So far, I've checked off Mines, which I might get back to it here. I'll probably do it as the last map if he hasn't seen it yet. I've done Mines, Mountain Pass, this map of course, Sand River, Redshire I believe. So I still got a lot of mountain goating, it seems like, which is great in my opinion. Like, they've definitely opened up, take for example the area over when I passed through the 8-0 line, to where it's not considered, you know, going out of bounds now. But they've definitely closed off a lot of the spots because the rocks are a lot more jagged, so you can still go down them, but trying to go up them is virtually impossible. Hello Floyd, nice to see you. Long time no see. But hello, Mr. P. Basically, most of the spots that people get annoyed at for mountain goating, they've either opened up those parts of the maps to make the maps feel a little bit larger, or, you know, they closed it off. Let him see the rest of the map. Pretty sure we've seen it all. There we go. Showing off there. Huh. That's obviously not working. But yeah, it's not every single map as of yet. Alright. Let's see, let's get into the next one. I have not tried Proc yet, but you asked for what, Moravanka? Or Malinovka? We'll try this one out. I think it was more Ivanka. All right. Got some sunflowers here. At least I don't think I've tried this. Nah, I haven't tried it out. I haven't drank all my coffee yet. See you, Tig. Remember, there are a lot of bugs. You can't get into random battles unless it's only tier 1, unless they've fixed it. So if you would like, if you log on and you can't get into a battle, I can send you an invite for the training room, if that works out. Or either message me. My name's the same here. It's Menz NA with the underscores. But yeah, you can't log into any random battles outside of just tier 1, so you're locked at mines. Which is probably, you have to, only on the Sandbox server, Madalena, you have to be invited to it. But yeah. Trying not to drown myself here. As for seeing the water. Hello, Augustine. This is the Sandbox server with the new graphics. See you, Jack. Have a nice one. I'm about halfway through looking at each new map. Hey, little doggo. Each map kind of has its own personality now, instead of just being the same old things, copy and paste it. So, not too much of a change here. Definitely looks a lot different with the trees, but all the hills there felt and looked the same. This changed a little bit. That hill is no longer there. For those of you who know this map well, right here, currently, there's a ton of bushes, and it's a little bit higher up. Just a pinch. Like, you still have this slight depression here, but they did change that a little bit there. But there's more trees back here now. It just seems like they pushed it back a little bit. I'll get to the center once I make my round around the edge. We have a little island. I'll see if I can get there at the end. Hello, Loki. Nice to see you. There's definitely less. They took out a building back here. I think there's still a building there on the current map. And yeah, back here feels a little bit more spacious, actually. Sheridan, new turret? I'm not exactly sure because I don't own it yet. Thanks for tipping Levi a biscuit, William. But this map, so far out of all the maps, seems the least changed as far as, like, the gameplay elements. Like, it's a little bit different, these curves here, or the hills, but, even they don't feel too much different. Which, I don't think this map needed much changes, honestly. The Magic Forest, yes. Yeah, even though this area, yep, this is probably the most problematic. Oh god, almost flipped myself over there. Problematic area back here, where people camp back in this area. So they took a little bit of the hill out here. It still looks like there's definitely hold down positions, but they definitely squashed a little bit of it there, to where you're not going to be able to blind fire from here anymore, it looks like. There's a couple trees, but there's no bushes. That's a good change. Because this side doesn't really have a blind fire position, unless the enemy's coming from here. whereas this side can shoot down into this area without being spotted. You'll see a list, Augustine, after... Which, hello, RMR. I wish, you know, Wargaming... I don't know the exact parameters as to how they accept people, but if you apply, you should get in eventually. But yeah, unfortunately, I guess they don't let everyone in for... Probably not to overload the server, because there's only one. But, you'll see a list, Augustine, after the battle, before I hop into another one. So the buildings, they removed a lot of the smaller buildings, it seems like, around the church area. So that's a bit more open here. However, the church, it looks like it did get a little bit larger, but... Yeah. He actually really likes them, most of the time. He's still... At times, he's like, this is fish, but he still eats them, so... But the maps so far look awesome. But yeah, for Sandbox, you know, if you have Gmail or something, search for like Wargaming Sandbox, and it gives you instructions to where if you accept it, you have to go through, you have to switch your password for the Sandbox, or else it won't let you on. Yeah, which you actually can get across there pretty easy. That's a little bit of a change there. Yeah, I think he has seen most of the map. Oh, RMR, that's why. Sandbox, honestly, they might accept people here. They might accept people, but it's not just like a one-day process. Like, sometimes it takes weeks for them to do it. I would say the likelihood of you getting in this one might be a little bit low. Alright, so let me change the room. You want Cliff next? I can do Cliff. It just depends on when they do their next batch of people. So it might be, you know, you might get in for this test, or you might have to wait until the next one. Alright, so let me tip Levi a yummy chummy here. That's what they're called. They smell so disgusting. Hey, little buddy. You want a treat? Here you go. No? There. He's like, I was sleeping. It actually has new building models for once. That is a very big cliff up there. And we know where that name gets it from. Here, a little bit of seagulls. Alright, so they squashed, it looks like, a lot of the camping elements directly from the base here. Hello, Marga, nice to see you. I'm like, where do I look? But yeah, it looks like they squished that base down since so many people sit and camp there. Gotta knock everything over now. Same with this base. That's definitely, I would say it's to deter people from people from sitting back there. It's a lot more open. Oh, this is gonna be freaking awesome for anyone that didn't see that there. I don't know why that's so nice, but I wonder if you can do it. You probably can't do it up here. No. That would have been icing on the cake. You can shoot the columns out. Let's see. Yeah, that's a static one too. Still pretty neat. But the maps actually have a little bit of life, life in them now. Hello, Furry. God. This is definitely a little bit more arty cover. Doesn't look like it, but those pillars will provide quite a bit of arty cover there. That's what I've seen on all the maps so far. More arty cover, for the better. Which, if anyone is just popping in here, you can, since we're on YouTube here for streaming, you can rewind the stream. I've so far crossed off like 6 maps in the training room here. Now this is definitely a little bit more opened up. Wonder if these look destructible. Yeah, you can destroy some stuff out of the map apparently. Yeah, the map's definitely opened up a little bit when it comes to the bases. So it's going to be really important not to lose some control in the center. I think the center area, the hill here, is going to be a lot more important now. See, do the puddles interact? Not really. You're kicking up mud now, but... Okay, got myself a tractor. They had it. They still have bushes there. The other side, nope. Up, 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 up. Oh, he almost died. Okay, they have 1 bush, but they took out bushes here, so that's gonna be... You're gonna have to play this more aggressive now instead of... I do it a lot. You kind of creep up behind the bushes and just wait for people to come. You can do it up pretty far. There's actually some waves, but got a few more maps here to try out. Luckily, me and High here, which this is the infamous like spot on this map for TDs to camp back on. Looks like it's gone. As you can see, a lot of the... I might be able... Nope. Let's say, maybe from the other side, but things are steeper now and a little bit more jagged in places. So, I might be able to get to it. Nope. Oh god. Oh lord. Just trying to kill myself here. Yes, clouds do move. So you actually can't get up here now, but I would say the only tank that might be able to do it's maybe like an E25. I think if I'm gonna kill myself, I might as well jump off of the frickin' cliff. But it seems like this is one of the... no, he got up there. There we go. That is still a spot for a T100 LT. So they did not remove that. However, I would be dumbfounded if something like a... I went a little bit wrong there. If a Scorpion G or something can get up there. That's good for me. I was ready to run over there too. No. They actually modeled underneath now. Hello, Wako. Nice to see you. All right. Hopefully, let's see. We've not tried Prook yet. Okay, he left for now. Okay. It does look like South Coast, yes. Dread shells, a bit. And it pretty much plays like that too, where the center of the map's pretty important. Alrighty then. Just kind of trying to me, I'm looking at all the little hills and stuff. It seems like they definitely flattened it out a little bit. Because the maps feel larger now, to where it seems like some... they actually did take out a lot of the grass. At least on... there's not too much long grass here, but... Party view on one map? I can try that for the last one, Mojo, if you would like. Might depend on the side, though. This side has a decent amount of grass. Yeah, there is less on the south. It looks like they removed... Yes, they definitely... There's some bushes here, right in the center still. They removed a lot of bushes on this side, leading up to this little patch and the little patch here. So that's going to kill a lot of... And this is more of a uniform slope now. So there's a lot less cover here. So this is going to be like pure vision even more so. Shadow Archer, I'm almost completely maxed out here. I have like anti-aliasing turned down a little bit, just because I'm streaming, and that kills your CPU. Stuff next to my head, I can blow it up here a little bit. A little bit of Halloween decorations. But yeah, this cap is like bombarded. The other one wasn't on fire. Yeah, this side is completely different, just looking at it. Bravo to Wargaming map designers as far as making these things look really pretty. Yeah, comparing the two sides. Yeah. One's a little bit more barren. I'm gonna go see how the hill is. It looks... That looks a little bit smaller, the hill. Yeah, I can try to pop in to say like a bat chat already maybe would work. That's nice to know. Hopefully my decorations aren't too scary. There's actually little spiders back there. So this actually looks pretty neat. I like how the maps that are, say, set in more arid regions, they make the water a little bit different than, you know, just like brown and murky. There's a little... God, that's a little bit deeper than I remembered. They just give it a little bit of like a lighter blue tinge. I'm a sucker for good graphics. Sounds weird for someone who's played like World of Tanks. I don't think looks terrible, you know, before this update. But it sounds weird from someone playing that instead of like a really new game. But I do like graphics. It's part of the reason I swapped over to PC gaming instead of like I used to play just on like PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. So alright, so the hill, we have lost some bushes up here, and it's also the dips. There's less dips, but yeah, this is wide open now for the most part. Huh. Alright, that actually is a pretty big change as far as... Doesn't look gigantic, but it's flatter in this area. And there's still this little group of bushes here. However, basically these bushes are here. They used to be situated on the live server right about that way. Sure, I'll jump off. And up in that area, there's a little building there, but that's not too much different. Trying not to spend too much time on each map either. Confirming readiness. Alright, let me... Pop the tank real quick. Hopefully I don't lose him. I just want to pop off a repair kit unless I go modify room. We have not hit Alanovka, I think, yet. We'll go with El Haluf first to switch it up a little bit. Yeah, sorry I didn't make it up there. I don't want to, honestly, I don't know this guy. I don't want to keep him around too long either. But nobody goes up there, to be honest. Alright, so we're on El Haluf. This map, as far as the previews go, I've seen a lot of changes. Which map would you like me to see? Proc? I can, after I get through all the maps here, I can try. Like this guy I don't think will stick around for ever, but you wanted to see RD view as far as how it's going to look top down. Oops, I'm just trying to get myself a little bit oriented here so I can keep moving. Pick this one so I can actually move around the map still. But yeah, I'll try to get, you know, to everyone's... I still have a couple maps I need to check off, and then if there's any that I need to go back to, I'll try my best to get to them. I think this guy's gonna pop out once I have like 1 or 2 more maps to get to, and then we've seen them all. So this is more or less unchanged. This is definitely a little bit more accessible now. I definitely probably can't go up there, but... Stunned myself. Yeah, not noticing too many changes so far as this area. It definitely looks different, because El Haluf right now is honestly the map just with no textures on it. Everything's just like smooth, and yeah, it's not too interesting. Get myself lined up here before I start looking ahead. It's not like it's Redshire to where they like, here's a little bit of added like buildings and stuff. I'll take a look up here. Redshire, where they added frickin' blimps onto it. That's so far the biggest change I've seen in any maps. It looks like they've kept El Haluf somewhat the same. Yeah, I'm just looking at different bush areas and trees and the different hills, and everything seems in place. Like, of course, the rocks, they get more jagged and steep now, but which this looks like there's an oil spill here. That's pretty neat. I can press G. It's not gonna... I was trying to get a top-down view since I believe Mojo asked. So there is going to be, that's definitely up here steeper, more arty cover there. This is going to provide a lot more arty cover, say from like a Conqueror gun carrier. That's not going to be able to splash you over it now. And also, yeah, in this area, this edge is a little bit more less steep. That's more steep compared to what we currently have. And arty is going to be harder. It's going to be harder for you to get hit by it close now. I think I've seen most of the map here. This is definitely this area has changed a bit. So that's still the same, however, it looks like they just changed this corner a little bit, which doesn't seem like a big change. However, there's like a little rock that sticks out here currently, and that allows you to hide your lower plate, whether you're angling around it, you know, coming from this way, or you're angling around it pointing that way. So they took that out, so this is going to be harder to fight if you're here alone, but the same otherwise. But definitely the map, it looks a hell of a lot better. I think he's made it to most places. I'm getting text messages. I need to ignore that. Alright, I'm gonna hop back into a light just so I go a little bit faster around here. Come on, load. They're actually, yeah, I guess I didn't look down there as far as a waterfall. Let me switch back to a light here. Alright, so we have Abby. I have not gotten to yet. And I believe there's one more too. Malanovka. No problem, Mojo. Alright, so Abby here. This is the map that they always kind of show off in their previews. Oh lord. Oh, we're going. No, we're not going over. I do notice my FP, it's back up to 60. It dropped down to 50 here, which is the first map where it's stayed low for that long. So the town, gameplay the same, however, are you going to be able to destroy this? I would assume so. Yes. Alright, so this actually has a little bit more cover in the beginning before you... I'm a little bit disappointed it doesn't break completely and interact with you. I wonder if these break. Thank you very much, Frank, for this subscription. These might. Yep, these break now. I don't believe the ones currently do. So with that, yeah, you're not going to be able to climb up from the other side, but you can actually pop through there faster. I don't think they break currently. I don't go up here too often, to be honest. That looks a little bit different. I don't... Is this actually open now? No. Like, I don't think that's actually open now. That looks a little bit more traversable now. I need to get moving so I can see the rest of the map. I wonder if you can come up this way. That looks a little bit too steep, but we'll give it a shot. Uh-oh, he drowned. It's starting to load a little bit longer here. It may have like a little... We'll give it another shot here. Thanks, Lil Bobo. I'd say I go up there like once every like 50 battles, so I forgot if they would have switched it. He was probably trying to get over to this area, which I'm going to make my way over there because I'm curious. But first I'm going to try to get up here and look to see if the doors that you can squeeze through are there as well. I don't think I'm going to be able to get up here, but if you can, that's a huge plus to this side, because this side it's harder to get into the center. So at least the Sheridan, I might be able to go up right there, but I don't think you'll be able to get up there. Right, so the doorways, they are now gone. So that's going to be, it'll actually make it, at least from this side it's gone. That'll make it a little bit more fair, honestly, because this side coming this way has more of an advantage. The arch, yep, they're also gone on that side. So that's a pretty big change. See you, Jack. Thanks for watching. Definitely a little bit more cover from Artie. Which, yeah, there's no way you're gonna be able to get over. They definitely squashed that. Water's deeper, and the little islands to hop around are definitely, even if, just looking at this, even if you get over, this is where he probably tried, even if you get over to here and up there, you can tell they made things steeper to where you're not going to be able to bump over. There's a little bit of a change there. I'll try that at the end, which they also, they removed the pass-through here. This is now not there anymore. Looks like this, yeah, this side has a little one. Yeah, so I don't know why they removed that team's. That's a little strange. So that team can no longer get over there. It's just they have one right in the middle, which I guess is fine. It's fair. Both sides, you know, have access to it, but you're not able to jump up there. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to get over there, looking at it again. Just the water it's pretty deep. I'm going to head over that way now. Thank you very much, RMR, for the subscription. So I've got at least, I think, Mal and Ophir left here to test. Then, if this guy wants to hop back in, I'm going to try maybe a map or two again. I didn't get to see what all of Proc and I think that was the main one. If anyone, you know, tuned in partway through, you can rewind here during the live stream. So those are definitely smaller now. The little tanks destroyed. Definitely more arty cover because these are higher up. Is that's not destructible? Yes they are. It's different though. That's a different model than the ones that are on cliff. The cliff ones topple down on top of one another. So that's something to where, oh, this is different. I can't drown myself here anymore. Rejoice. Those who either watch the stream a lot, oh god, he might die. Okay, he flipped over all the way over. D7? I think it's just they moved one into the center. Alright, I do want to try one thing if he's fine doing it one more time. Yeah, I just want to see that upper corner. SP1C, I can add that on. I'm gonna get to the live server. Alright. I got the, I'll head up this way. Just to cross this side off again. But yeah, I'm gonna pop over, after I get through all the maps here, I'll pop over to my live account here. I'm actually really grateful this guy's wanted to test things out too. There's about 12, I believe, Whittor. Sorry, Whittor. I botch names so much. I can probably actually... Here we go. Yeah, there's either 11 or 12. You can see a full list when I hop out of this battle and switch to the next map. And, it doesn't look like you can get up into A1 anymore. Oh, God. But if you're just joining in, you can rewind here on YouTube back to earlier in the stream. So you can see all the maps. I've crossed off pretty much all of them except for Malanovka. But yeah, it looks like you can't do that now. There is this one little spot, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I'm glad they fixed that. No more Streb 103Bs and stuff sitting up there, which is freaking annoying as all hell. Alright, so I'll jump off a cliff here because he's seen the whole map, it looks like. I kind of thinked around the center a little bit more than he did. Alright. Ugh. That didn't exactly work. I'll fling myself off into the center. No problem. I probably have about like 20 or so more minutes, which, holy crap, there's... I thought that was a plane. I was like, there's a plane, and it's not. He almost died there. There's a cave. Yeah, a little bit of a cave. But there's algae at the bottom here. That wouldn't be good, Labobo. Don't let that happen. Well, Bevan, I'm on the Sandbox server here. So that's why you see me at the Sheridan. I actually don't have it yet, honestly. I'm just testing out some things here. Hello, Swag and Edward. Alright, so we have... I didn't try Malanovka. But yeah, as far as the complete set of maps here, there you go. It does get a little bit I don't know what to call it, but it does interact with the water a little bit on higher settings, yes. Or at least that's what it seems like. Holy shit, Malanovka actually looks more than just a flat pastel colored map. It's one of the oldest maps, and El Haloof, and they definitely look a little outdated. This actually looks a little bit more lively. Please don't spam either, Edward. Ain't really changed much so far as the base goes, but here goes nothing. I am close to the Sheridan. I'm like 50,000 experience away. Doesn't look like you can go through there as well now. It's a little steeper, so you can't like grind up alongside it. Which, the FPS, there we go, it's equaling out here. It dropped into the 40s there for a second. See you, Yosef. As far as how many maps are in tanks, it's somewhere around that number, yes. For random battles. So, Malanovka is looking more the same, however the trees actually look nice over here now. There's a little... definitely out of bounds now on maps. It, you know, it feels like you're actually playing on a, you know, somewhere instead of just in a little square, because they actually extend the graphics outwards. Can't see through the trees as well anymore too, since they're a little taller. Trying to get out of them here, but it seems like that area is the same. But they really haven't touched the winter maps, the ones with snow. Those are the ones where that they have not been updated yet. This area has definitely lost a little bit of bushes, so this is a little bit harder to camp on. I guess I should be shooting around just because it looks it looks pretty nice. I'll go up the hill from the other side to get through here, which you can actually plow things over and take them with you now, which is if you check it off. F4? Yes, I will get to F4. I'll wrap around the hill here. And then I'll go back towards F4. Alright, the trees. Alright, that looks virtually the same. Really, that's just flat back there. There's that little This feels like it's... this is actually a little bit more of an incline now, as compared to previously. Like the hills, it's definitely still the same flat kind of going up. That's definitely more of a steep incline. A little bit of a difference. Never mind, he knocked it over. I was like, there's no longer a building there. That's virtually the same. Definitely, that's a little bit smoother, the ledge here, so you can shoot off of it better with hull down tanks. Before, you could still do it, but it's a little bit... It was hard. There was only like predefined spots. That looks like it's smooth almost the whole way through. Everything's almost maxed out graphically. I have a couple things like anti-aliasing turned down a little bit, but outside of that, everything's maxed. I can show you here while I get there. So I have a couple things turned down just for my CPU, but alright, so F4, a little bit less cover here in the long run, but they still have bushes in this area as far as spotting goes. So each side, bush, bush. In the center though, nothing here, of course. Thank you very much, Drone, for the subscription. I've already seen all the maps. I'm asking if he wants to see any. Or else I might pop back into the first one I tried, Redshire. Just not able to get to there. Or no, Proke. Seen pretty much the entirety of this map though. Is there any maps aside from I didn't get to all of Prokofka? Probably botched saying that, but I think I've checked off everything else. The only other one was like El Haloof. I didn't hit one corner there, but that was pretty much that. Somebody popped in. I am gonna go. Calm down. We have a Russian person now. I don't think he can speak too much English. I was trying to avoid, you know, going into too many training rooms with them, only because I'm not sure if they want to test or shoot each other or whatnot. Swamp is not in the testing here. Yeah, I haven't hit mines outside of tier 1, so I'll probably hop into that too. Thank you very much for the subscription, Wick. If anybody else wants to see a certain map that I didn't cover completely, let me know. Again, you can rewind and see the ones I've covered already, but if I missed something specific that somebody wanted to see, let me know here, else I'm gonna pop over to the live server here soon. But I didn't get up in this area, which not too much of a change, except for they removed quite a bit of it. K6. Yeah, they removed a little bit of spots up there to hide behind bushes. That's a little bit flatter coming from that side. So this got reworked a little bit. Still don't think it's going to be that useful, to be honest, but so that changed a little bit. And then the town area here, it looked the same at first glance. Just looking at the way it's set up, everything seems in... Huh, that is actually pretty neat what he pointed out. Welcome back, Jack. I didn't get up it. He did. He's in a T100 though. So Streb 103B probably can get up it. I don't know, yeah, Sheridan doesn't seem like it can get up there though. That is a pretty neat spot though. Not going to be entirely useful, but if your team doesn't have too many... And maybe if you have a better driver than myself. I'm going to try one more time, but I don't think I'll be able to get there. Because the T100 definitely has better mobility than the Sheridan. Even the Streb 103B has a little bit better chance to get up here than a Sheridan. So he kind of hit this. Maybe it can get up there. I'm just a noob when it comes to this. This seems like it's a little bit more... The way it's shaped here with a Swedish TD, you'll be able to sit all the way in the back and fire down off the ledge. Alright, so I think that was the last as far as what I needed to see there. I'm gonna jump off the cliff. I'm not a mountain goat. Levi, maybe he can be my mountain goat, but even though he's currently, I guess, enjoying being able to nap in the morning here. For those of you who didn't see the hill, it's a little bit flatter here now. Coming in. So I'm gonna hop into mines since I only got to see that as a tier 1 map. Yes, I believe. Mojo. Probably not a ton, but it is noticeable. As far as just driving normally. I don't really use it on any of my tanks, but yeah, I'm getting there, dude. Another... He's a card. They might not be too happy I'm doing mines because you see this at tier 1. But at least they'll be able to see the whole thing, I guess. But I'm gonna do this this map here. Let me do Redshire one more time because I think that's the best map out of all of them. And then I'm gonna hop over to the live server. yeah, with that, what I am gonna do, guys, I think I'm gonna disconnect for a couple minutes. It's gonna be, you know, of course it's gonna kind of boot everyone out, but I'm gonna disconnect for a few minutes. It'll help, or nah, actually, yes, sorry, I'm gonna disconnect for a couple minutes, hop over to the other server. It'll help me with, I'm gonna kind of splice this apart and make it into different videos. Hopefully everyone's fine with that, but don't be surprised if you see me go offline. I have to let it go offline for a couple minutes, which, ooh, the water is definitely a little bit different here. And then I'm gonna pop back on and go live on the live server. But this way I can have a Sandbox stream / video, and it won't be too long, so I can edit it later, and I can have a normal video as well. I like that they actually add a little bit of texture to the water here. Not too many changes here. My FPS is actually the lowest on this map. Probably because of the water. See Stacy. Yeah, I would say the water, it was dipping down into the 30s there. That probably eats up the most processing power. Probably it was, well, it was running over all this stuff. So this area, that's a little bit different there, but not much. See you around though, thanks for watching. The main difference, of course, is in the center of this map. There's definitely a lot more cover. Whoopsie daisy. There's a well there. I'm gonna run that over so much. Yeah, once you get close enough for the waves to render, like I'm at 60 now. Yeah, I'm not close enough for them to render, but that's still about the same. Center area here again, though, there's a little bit more walls and stuff you can hide behind, specifically over on the left here. That it'll be a little bit harder for, say, arty. Like right now in this spot, you're gonna get artied, but here you actually have a little bit of cover. Good luck trying to climb that stuff, though. Maybe he is up on G8 a little bit out of bounds. It's in my video description, the URL to get to it. You look for the chatbot / fussbot URL. You have to not have enough stream currency to tip Levi so he doesn't get too fat, but that's where you'll find anything to, you know, purchase. More, it's a little bit less bushes there. Not too many differences, though. Yeah, I know he's trying to climb up. Most people have seen mines here on the Sandbox. Like, it's the only map you can play at Tier 1, which, unless they patched it in, no other battles are working, really. You've seen G8, but he was really just on this hill, it looked like. Yeah, he was up here. You can't get anywhere else. Alright, so I'm probably gonna go find something to promptly throw myself off of. Hop into Redshire one more time here. And call it that, probably. Okay, my ally died. That helps out quite a bit. Just the only cliff. Trying to flip myself. There we go. Is that? Well, I don't mind people tipping him. I tweak the price every now and then depending on how many people I think will be purchasing him, just so he doesn't get too many. So I'm gonna hop into one more battle here. And then I'm gonna hop over to live server and start to get to some these requests here. Again, after this battle, I'm going to just go offline for a couple minutes. I know it's not exactly great. Might lose some of you guys, but I will be back. I will be back on after just like maybe 2 minutes or so. I just have to wait for it to close the stream down because it'll think I'm reconnecting if I just toggle it off for a few seconds. Or I might actually, here, let me see if I can do this. Go to live. I'm just making sure it's actually going to work here. I might not have to do that. This might work just the way, which I'm gonna go over to the blimp area first. I'm really excited about the blimp for some reason. I just want to make sure it's actually going to. Okay, so that might work. Never mind, I'm not gonna have to pop out here. Alright, so that's all fine and dandy here. Oopsie daisy, sorry. I'm typing and driving. So they added a blimp over in this way, which there's also... I wonder if you can actually shoot that high. So a lot more arty cover, and I think people are gonna love that. Because currently this is where most heavies go, and it's really a pain in the ass to frickin' fight over here, because arty always ends up pummeling you. I do not believe it's... No, it's not destructible. Oh, you can get stuck a little bit. It seems like they all came over to the blimp as well. I still got that little spot up there. But I was able to clip out a 2+ hour long clip. So I just wanted to make sure that was going to work, and I didn't have to clip it out even further. You still might be able to get up there in certain tanks. We had someone a few streams ago do that. But it looks like they made it a little bit, yeah, a little bit more jagged there and steep, so you might not have too much success doing that. Which earlier kind of showed that, at least for now, you can no longer at least these walls here, your shells travel right through them. They don't get stopped anymore. So that'll actually be a buff to heat if they keep that. Like HE here could be the same. The walls no longer... they do destroy with HE, but let me see if I can actually shoot through. Nope, HE. HE can't, and I assume heat can't. I don't have any heat loaded. However, for whatever reason, AP shells do not interact with the walls from my knowledge. It went through, but it didn't actually destroy it. Maybe it did. I was wrong. So AP still does do it. It just doesn't... It doesn't look like it does it. It just kind of sits there and then disappears. Alright, so that's nice to know. Because that would be a pretty big change. Oh, I know. The Russians are looking for mountain goat in spots. Yeah. It is going to be harder, though. Like, with the trees, it's harder to see through them now. So that's going to be a little bit wonky driving until you get used to it. Hello, Daniel. Nice to see you. But yeah, specifically the two Russian guys that popped in, they're looking for spots to climb to. Hello, Carl. Nice to see you. Pretty fun today, I would say, so far. So I think the last time I didn't go down to this area, but this is going to be my last Sandbox battle. Holy crap, they have a lot of... Did they actually move? It looked like they had moved, but no. This is going to be my last battle here on Sandbox. I'm going to hop over to the live server and get going in some real battles. I've played every single map so far. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed looking at the new graphics here. Time to play some real battles though. Which that's mainly the same here. That's a little bit different. The bushes back here, like that little grouping. There's not very mountains. Not many mountains there. Sorry, person that frickin' built this wall. That's a big ass tree. Can I run that over? Nope. Alright, so there are now trees that are pretty damn big. Alrighty then. We need more of them. I hope so too. I would say it's either going to be Christmas or definitely the one right after that. Alright, so where can I destroy myself here? It's going to probably be near the blimp area, which I feel like this is a little bit different here. Just a pinch. I don't think there was a windmill there. There might be. I'm not very observant sometimes if... like when it comes to certain elements. I mainly worry about like terrain differences for the most part. See. Gotta get myself nice and flipped here. Nah, I'll just start shooting people. Although, screw it. I'm gonna, well, it's not gonna end with just me dying. One more here, just El Haloof, and that's gonna be it. Only because I'm curious to see if there's a waterfall there. Set him on fire. He's got no fire extinguisher either. That hurt. Shit, I've got to kill him. I don't want it to be where there's only one person on my team left, because I'm not sure if he'll actually kill himself. Uh-oh. That didn't work out. But yeah, I just want to make sure we check off everything here. Everyone got to see. Well, everyone got to see this map. I would like to go to a different one. That's the problem. I was really liking, honestly, the 1v1. I think you've seen the whole map though, dude. But I'll be able to go a little bit longer here. Typically my stream ends at 12. I can go, you know, 12:30, maybe 1, just to be able to get in enough. Which crap, this is my flag. Oh Lord. Just be able to get enough battles, since, you know, I've been derping around in the training room the whole time. No! He can kill me! There we go. Alright, so El Haloof is definitely going to be my last one for the sandbox here. Waiting for this to load. Hello Abdul, nice to see you. I know, I was wondering for a second, why isn't anything happening here? And then I looked down and I'm like, oh, shit. Which I actually forgot to update my... I wanted to put change the title. There we go. I think that will work. I thought I put HD map sandbox in the stream title. Unless it is like that and it didn't update on my screen. I was a little afraid I wasn't going to be able to log on, to be honest, because unless they fixed it already, but I doubt it because they probably have to pull the server down, you can't get into any standard battles outside of tier 1 only on mines. Basically the spawn spots for specific teams, except for like 1 or 2, are completely messed up to where you don't load into the actual battle. So that's probably why you don't see, like, I was looking on YouTube and Twitch to see if other people were streaming it. Not too many people were, probably because you couldn't get into a live battle. So curious, there is a waterfall. That's the only, I haven't been down here yet during the stream. But the maps definitely look a hell of a lot better. Still are gonna play, I would say, almost entirely the same, but they've definitely tweaked a little bit. A lot of maps get a little bit more arty cover in like the brawling sections, and they definitely move a couple little spots around to dissuade people from camping as much. Mainly like, say, TDs sitting all the way in the back, so on and so forth. which I have noticed my FPS, the longer I've played on the Sandbox here, it is starting to go down a little bit. So there might be some sort of memory leak. There used to be one in World of Tanks years ago, which of course they fixed it by now. But there might be one in the game. I have noticed it's dropped a little bit now that we're about 2 hours in. Got a little oil slick here, but I'm just gonna 1 second here. I need to, there we go. But you know, after this battle I'm gonna swap over to the live server, so hopefully everyone enjoyed seeing the maps here. Thank you very much for watching. If you've missed some of the maps here and would like to see them, just scroll back. You can rewind here on live streams all the way to the beginning for YouTube, up to, whoops, I actually didn't mean to do that. But anyway, after this one, I'm hopping over to the live one. So thank you very much for sticking around and watching these. There we go. I just had to make sure I clipped out everything. There we go. I know he's mainly interested in climbing. He's close. I'm just trying to see everywhere. That way, if anyone's interested, you can, you know, go back, look at the video. As far as my knowledge, there aren't any videos with all the maps kind of driven around on yet. I'm actually curious. I'm gonna try not to kill myself here. I'm definitely not the best driver in the world. We all know that. I don't think I can get up here. No, no way. It's definitely easier to get down this. But yeah. This area doesn't look too much different here. That's a little bit steeper. But I'm still really happy. I'm really excited for this these changes that they're doing. Hello Christian, nice to see you. And not only, like, on the stuff that you can't see, the last change that they're mainly doing to the engine here for the new graphics is you're going to be able, as far as your CPU, it's going to utilize multi-core CPUs a lot better, which is why they're able to do this without requiring you to, you know, go out and get a much better PC. Because it's actually using your CPU a lot better. The old engine, you know, for rendering maps, stuff, so on and so forth, it mainly utilized one core, and then a couple other things they offloaded to a second and third core, but it's still, the primary was just on one core of your CPU. And I'm pretty sure the main change that they did was unlock that. Yeah, I'll do one more. This guy's helped me out a lot, so let me just find a cliff to promptly chuck myself off of. That's not gonna do it. Yeah, this guy has honestly been a blessing. There's the edge. Time to Kill myself. Alright. But, you have a single core PC? Ooh, you sure it's not a dual core? Let's say that's really old. Sorry, I'm just a little surprised. I know a lot of people have dual core CPUs. Hello, Sniper. But yeah. Alright, load a little quicker here. I am popping out, but I would like to, yeah, not have to like Control Alt Delete. Yeah, I was pretty sure I could delete it. But anyway, thanks you know, for watching this part of the stream. Again, if anyone's on Sandbox, you're gonna want to do training rooms because right now it's not working outside of tier 1 battles on mines. Playing tier 10 regularly does not work. So it's just gonna be a second here. And hello, Nori, nice to see you. I'm gonna be popping over to the live server here, so it's just gonna turn black for a second here. Go. So I'll start getting to some tank requests. I would say definitely, Christian. Like right now, like I'm streaming, of course, so it uses a lot more you know, processing power, whatnot. Like I have a i7 670K, I believe, for my CPU. It's linked in my video description, and a GTX 680, 6 gigabytes of VRAM on it, to where I was able to max pretty much everything out that was important. I keep off AA, anti-aliasing, because that eats up a ton of CPU, and I don't want it to mess with my audio program and whatnot, or, you know, the stream as well. Not doing another survey because that took like 10 minutes last time. But yeah, I would say if you can play the game on whatever settings you're playing right now, you're not going to struggle otherwise. Which is just going to be a second here. I just need to switch over one other thing really quick. So it's just going to be one moment here before I get to the first tank request. I just got to fix the stream title here. Even though I might just leave it up as HD maps and Sandbox, because people could rewind back and watch that live here. I might just leave it up there. All right. Let me... Working. Here we go. There we go, got that. But if anybody is just popping in here and you would like to see all the HD maps, just rewind the stream back to the beginning. It goes back 3 hours, so we still got plenty of time before you can't watch that far back. No problem, Costal. Thank you very much for the help. You were definitely a good help there. It was hard getting into, honestly, training rooms and stuff before then. You definitely made it really easy to be able to get through all the maps there. So thank you very much. Which thank you, Drone, for the subscription. Alright, so the first tank I have requested here is the ELC. which now that I'm not going to make anyone purchase this, of course. Now that we're over onto the live server, I'm going to swap over to a Halloween theme here, since I worked on this morning. Hopefully you guys like it. A little bit of blood over my face is a little bit excessive. I'm going to have to fix that. But yeah, and anyone curious what's behind me, Ryan helped decorate a little bit. We have some ghosts, some spiders and whatnot, and everyone's name's up there. I even added up, where's it at? Eric's name. He sponsored last stream. Anyone that sponsors will get their name up on the wall there, even past Halloween. So, hello Bert. I'm glad you liked them. I'm actually really glad I got to, which thank you again, Costal. I'm really glad I got to test them all, and you guys could see everything. Which thank you for the sub, too, Costal. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. Oh god, I actually need to frickin' play now. This is gonna be hard. Hello John A, nice to see you. Well, John from Norway, yes. But if anyone would like to request tanks, I'll be going a little bit past my typical end time here. Like I usually end the stream at 12 noon my time, so a little, you know, about 35 minutes here. But I'll be going a little bit longer, since I didn't get them any requests. They might change into Christmas elves, yes. But I've tasked Ryan with figuring out, like, I don't want to put any holes in my wall. I hate having to, honestly, spackle and paint. But, I've tasked her with figuring out, ooh, this is a bad idea if he's loaded. Figuring out a way to easily pin stuff up there. Turkeys? I don't know if they make any of them. If they do, you might see some up there. But I'm going to do my best to get to as many requests here as possible. I was hoping he hit me over there. I was lining up for the Jackson. Crap, he's actually going to kill me. Team, get him! Spearman! Yeah, my turret actually turns around. He's probably a little confused. Be nice if my team would push up. Yeah, they're all just still kind of hiding. Like, come on. If we get this one tank out, we can go to the next one after that, because they have a lot more people in the hill. Thank you, Artie. You're awesome, Hummel. Yeah, that's my plan at least. Yeah, I don't have this really kitted out for V range. Oh god. I'm probably gonna get hit by that E28. The Jackson's gonna get me. Oh well. I didn't think the Jackson was gonna move up. So that's my bad. Sorry about that, Will. I know you requested that a while ago. T30, Levi has a pick. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get to as many battles as here as possible for you guys. So we have a T55A request. Honestly, it is gonna be a pretty hard change, going from if you play Sandbox and watch the videos for the new graphics and you go back to this stuff, which they're not, you know, they're not bad, but honestly the Sandbox, just driving around on them, it feels like you're actually playing on like somewhere that's real, whereas currently the maps, they're just, honestly, they're too smooth. The, you know, which is why a lot of people can climb up stuff that you otherwise shouldn't be able to. But my best guess is Wargaming, I would say they'll probably push hard for it right before the holidays, but at the latest I would say it's shaping up to be their first patch of the year. A little bit after New Year's they typically do one. They usually do one at the end of November, early December, right before Christmas, to add a little bit of stuff in and like a special game mode. And then there's usually a pretty decent one early winter, you know, say like mid to late January. That'll probably be when we see the maps, because they currently have about a little over 50% of the maps done, it seems like. You're able to test 12 of them on Sandbox right now, but they still have, I believe, the big hurdle for them is doing the winter ones. They haven't done too much. I actually thought he was going to push over. I saw the Scorpion G, but I thought the SG-122 was just going to go for it. There's a lot of people here, which is good in a way. I'm fairly confident fighting over here. However, there's not many people in spots that I can shoot. Which is the problem. Until they start pushing up in the center here. Well, yeah, actually being able to see past the red walls of the map, which he has no fire extinguisher. Maybe he does. It makes the game, it feels larger, you know, the maps, which it would be really cool if they could use that added land of the maps, and you know, as you get up in the higher tiers, you know, make the maps a little bit larger, like push the borders back a little bit. I think, yeah, it's a little bit too much right off the get-go though. Yeah, each map feels different now instead of just being like, you know, grass or snow, which I don't know what you're thinking, but not a good move. I almost always, if I can, defending, try to go to this area because you can help the north, help the center, and it's one of the most important spots to kind of have control of, in my opinion. Alright, I'm going to open this up a little bit and hopefully don't pay the price. It's just there is a ONI there and an SP1C behind me. However, I don't think that they're going to be able to get very good shots on me. There are SPGs I got to keep an eye on. As evidenced by that, or evident by that. Alright. I'm unsure where the Scorpion G has went. There's the ONI. Crap. I still thought I had heat loaded, but I don't. It's just our center is kind of getting chewed up a bit. He's got the little non-HE gun, so I'm not too afraid of him right now. E75, oh god, the Conway. Not good. The Conway specifically, this is, yeah, really not good for me. The ONI, oh god. Yep, he's gonna get me. He's up, he missed. It's still not good for me. Our team has really no map control. We lost most of our tanks. We're definitely gonna lose this. I got 3k damage, but oh, I do like that spot. Here comes a point in time where if you don't have the rest of the map, then, you know, it's kind of hard to defend the flag area. Crap, he's definitely got me there. Oh well. But a little over 3,000 damage, 1,000 blocked, almost 1,000 assist. pretty decent match, but yeah, we got clobbered here. Roto-Rooter stage award. Oh lord. Alright. Unfortunately, 2 losses in a row here to start off. Yeah, I'm not even gonna be angry at my performance there. I did what I could. Yeah, 3k damage, and I got out damaged by my team by about 2,500 damage. They did more than just me. Oh lord, I'm not even angry at losing there. I did my best. On to the T54 now. Let's get going on this one. Which, anybody tuning in now, if you're looking for HD maps in the Sandbox, just rewind back. The first 2 hours and like 11 minutes are just me rolling around on the new maps. I'm glad you like it. Which, there's also, you know, I updated the sponsor image, and we have a new custom emoji here for sponsors as well. Got a little biscuit there. I might have to tweak that a little bit, because at first glance it looked like something else. But alright, so we're on to Old Hell Haloof. Alright, gonna try not to wake Levi up there. I'm glad you like the overlays though, because we're the overlay. I'm gonna try to do some that are themed, and also it's in the shop, but I have it set at 0 until the next stream. So tomorrow, most likely. I should be able to finish it up today. Got a little Halloween costume going. Ryan purchased she purchased a hippie costume. It's just like the wig and bandana. So it looks like she's playing. She bought something that looks like her hair. But I need to get the rest of like tie-dye and stuff. I think it might be a little weird for people who haven't seen a stream before to see me dressed up as a girl. So yeah. But I should have that ready for tomorrow if anybody would like to get the full effect. Because today I've got a... it's kind of raining outside, but I need to plant 150 bulbs I bought. Called Siberian Squills. I need to make around like some of the trees I have. Need to make a little bit of a garden area there. Oh Lord. This is not a training room anymore. Oh god, I'm dead. Yeah, I don't have a repair kit. And the enemy team obviously... The enemy team, I did not expect it. Honestly, if I didn't... I forgot that I stopped here by accident. If I didn't stop there, I would have been able to squeak in for the T49. I forgot I did that. So that's why my timing was off there. Ugh. Oh well. Well, at least I got a decent match in the T55A, which is very similar. That was a case where I... yeah. Dumb Cody. That's how you don't play aggressively. No makeup, Randall, no. Little bud. There were a few things I could have got to dress up as, but I wanted to be something easy to where, you know, I could put it on and on within, you know, a couple minutes. Not like put on like a suit or something. Whew, which I'm actually really glad. There was a chance I wasn't able to stream this morning. Fortunately, though, it all worked out. Just one guy had to take his kid to a doctor, but he was able to work this morning, and he's leaving about now instead of working until 3. It's just like, you know, it's a cold, so. But I'm glad he was able to go in, or else I would have had to work today. It's, you know, it's the last full week we're open, but I still I needed a day here because I have quite a bit to do, even outside of planning stuff later. I scheduled everything for Wednesday today. Yeah, I knew there was gonna be a bunch of enemies up there. It's just I've done that from time to time, being able to slip in there with something like a T-54. I just forgot I hit the brakes by accident leading up to there, and that killed it for me. I was like a full 10 seconds behind. I'm actually really interested to see what they do with Pilsing. Like, this is the only map with a lot of like overhead like pipes and stuff like that. With the HD maps, it'll be pretty interesting. It'll be awesome if you could knock them down completely. Alright. They got some TDs here, but the reason I like going here is if you can make it past here, and there's not a lot of people, it seems like, right here. Even as low tier, you can get yourself in a spot to where you can kind of stick the enemy back to where they're not able to push on you very effectively, even though I guess frickin' bounced off of him there, without taking a lot of damage. Like, this guy should be getting torn to shreds here, and no, they're all bouncing off of him. Come on. I can premium through him now because it's a Type 4. Trying to keep my gun into his, but he can push me back and pen me. It's just, come on guys, we should be able to kill him. He's got HP and armor, but he should be dead. 113's coming for me now, and a T-25 pilot. Yeah, I'm dead here. But like, at least we got the field. I did almost 1500 damage, so my HP's worth. But the only thing that, like, I'm happy with what I did there. I was able to pretty much get a Type 4 out by myself, and the 113 took a crap ton of damage pushing out for me. But if I had not pushed out, they would have easily pushed through here, honestly, without suffering really anything. The reason I'm saying that is the only thing we technically did wrong as a team. We have 3 TDs back here to where they're sitting so far back, they didn't hit the T-25 at all. If you see that the enemy's mainly fighting in this one little area and your team has them kind of pushed back, you bet your ass you better push up and help them, because they're still able to slip through here and kind of catch you off guard. But we should still have this. We're up by 4 tanks, flanking them. So that's typically why I play that aggressive, even when I'm bottom tier. Because yeah, you might die, but it's better than kind of just letting the enemy have its way with your team. Like, sometimes you don't get a lot of damage, but other times, like if that 113 didn't push out, or say if we tracked him trying to push into me, my team was having a little bit of trouble killing that Type 4 though. It would have, you know, I would have survived that if it wasn't for the 113, because I could take on a T-25 pilot if I could point my armor at his front. Anyway though, SP1C here on non-HD Mountain Pass. I have a feeling Levi being this, like, nappy right now, when I am done streaming here, he's gonna have it in for me. Tomorrow's stream, he should look completely different. He has I actually have to pop out from work early. Only like 30 minutes though, but he's getting his hair cut tomorrow, which is gonna be interesting because, you know, his foot's, they're gonna have to be a little careful with him, but he's gonna look funny. I usually don't have too much success going center, but I see I have a lot of people behind me. No one else is gonna spot. I know, HD Mountain Pass is definitely a lot better. Come on, team! Yeah, it's gonna hurt a bit, but I would hope that he would die, and he didn't. Crap, they have an E25. And their T20 got me. Yeah, like I said, I suck at fighting in the center here. I don't know why I try it sometimes. I always screw up to where I stay here too long and get shot there, or the enemies just push into me and I die. But it doesn't help that we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These guys aren't camping even though they said they are. We have 6 people basically effectively around our base doing nothing. Mountain Pass is all about getting hold of as much area as you can early on, because it's really hard to flank on this map. Which, thanks for the suggestion about the poster strips. I think she's going something with that to be able to hang stuff. Right now I have to hold up all your guys' names back here to let you see it a little bit bigger. There's little tombstones behind it, but I have almost like putty. It's not really good though to hang heavy stuff, and Scotch tape. The Scotch tape worked though. It'll work for the next day or so. On to the T30 though. Honestly, playing all those training room matches, it kind of got to me a little bit. As far as not shooting anything, testing out all those HD maps, definitely got to me a little bit. Yeah. Still getting used to shooting things and getting shot back here. Honestly, I haven't played any training room matches in I don't even know how long. It's been since I was last in a clan, really. Alright, where do I want to head? I'm actually gonna take the long route here. Hello, Mr. Windows. Nice to see you. If you're looking for HD maps in the Sandbox, scroll back a little bit. For the first 2 hours of the stream, I played on the Sandbox server. I got to test out every single map, pretty much saw every single location as well. I'm playing this a little bit slower because I've been messing up, even though we have a lot of people going over here, which it doesn't always help having more than, say, 1 or 2 tanks here, but we'll see how this goes. Is there permissions? Not this one, no. If you go on the Sandbox forums, they have a little thread that typically you have to you know, apply for it. They edited it early today. You don't have to get any permissions to stream it. At least when I first logged on and saw it. There are a lot of bugs on Sandbox to where you can't play You know, you can't play any battles outside of just tier 1 in random battles, and you only see mines at tier 1. The teams aren't loading in. So the only way to really play right now is to go into a training room match. But that's not really for you. You know, for the first 2 hours, that's what I did. I was very lucky to have someone nice enough to help me get through all the maps. Oh, I'm a little bit exposed here, but come on. I know, driving and not shooting was killing me, but or not killing me, but you know what I mean. It's different than what you're used to. Now the maps are all different now too. He's backing up. Hey, I can't pen him, even though I have a APCR. His turret's pretty strong now. Unfortunately, this is what I was afraid of. We have enough people over here. However, I just 0 damage credit a T69 with a 320mm pen round. Yes, you can. Again, if you're, you know, afraid, you know, because I haven't been able to do it because I'm not a community contributor, just go onto the Sandbox forums for World of Tanks. It's like sandbox.forum.worldtanks.com or something. You can find it though in the launcher. You can find the thread there. It says like apply for live streaming, and if you look at it, it says you do not need to do that for this one. But yeah, I was afraid that we weren't going to have enough people in the center, and it's kind of the case right now. We just lost almost half of our team, now half of our team, and I've done 0 damage. I usually like being over here, you know, it's me and maybe one other person, but yeah, I should have bailed and swapped when I saw that there was going to be 3, 4, 5 of us. You just don't get very good shots unless your team's really in the center. No problem. I have not had too much success today. Should I go back to the Sandbox? I win almost all the battles there. Doesn't matter if we fall back at this point, dude. Like, I don't mean to sound defeated here, but we're down by 6 tanks. Like, it doesn't matter if we run away or anything at this point. Like, we've kind of lost in a way. Like, not 100% entirely, but got my first damage. This is actually the best spot for us, because the only chance we have is if all these tanks that are kind of far back here start nailing these guys trying to kill me in the E50M. Like, that's the only way I see us winning. Like, now we're only down by 4, closing the gap a little bit. I was actually interested in using HE because I could pop him. Yep. Of course, I hit him right before that cupola. That M48, I can't spot. And it's starting to come crumbling down now. HE him. I even splashed the T69. That was a nice HE round. Down by 3 now. Starting to make a little bit of a comeback. Crap. He got our E50M. Got 9, 7. Ooh, it's down by 4 though. Getting a little bit out of reach now. Holy crap, how did he just damage me? Oh, there's a PZ4. He bounced, but me and one other guy. Oof. Getting a little bit interesting now. Still, all they have to do is just sit there and wait for us, you know, run out of time. But, I'm actually gonna try to look this... never mind. I was trying to look him off. Shit, he just got him. Crap. Takes about 53 minutes, 23 Uvez. I've counted. Oh god. So we're a little closer now. This is still gonna be frickin' hard as hell. My problem is I don't know if he's still trying to spot me, but the Lorraine 40T honestly can just stroll in and clip me. If only this was a random battle and it would be a draw, it would be a completely different story right now, but... I know he's trying to spot. It doesn't matter too much if I survive, you know? We're gonna lose regardless. Oh, there's a T-95 in the center. There's the Lorraine. Ooh. At least we're making it close, but I don't... Unless he needs to clip the PZ4, which, yeah, is a little bit out of the realm of possibilities. If only we had a little bit more time here. I'm probably gonna get RD'd. I'm not already safe here. Yeah, at least we did a decent job at the end here, but yeah. We're gonna run out of time, and he's got me anyway. Yeah. But we gave it our best shot. I had a really bad start there, but it was at least fun towards the end. Oh lord. So next up we have a Levi pick. I got a mastery badge 3rd class. Yeah. Top 3 damage. Bravo to, you know, basically our little group, but I shouldn't have went to where I went, because early on I couldn't hit shots because we didn't have enough people in the center that survived. Alright, so Levi's gonna want to see me try to get finished a grind some year. I'm down to 19,000 experience. I'm probably gonna free XP the rest of it after the stream here, so no problem, Floyd. Yeah, which I'm gonna start a raffle here. I forgot to do some earlier. The winner gets 500 Levi biscuits. You just type !raffle to enter. So I'll definitely be done this grind by next stream. Like I might get another match or so in this before the end here, but the Sheridan's getting pretty close. That's my next closest tank to grind. "15 tier 9 games in a row." I think that's a little bit of a exaggeration there, but everything's possible. Like, you know, you get some really weird matchmaking sometimes, but hey, overall, to me, it's still pretty, like, the way you remember things, you always remember the worst and the best of things. So, a lot of times when things are just normal, you don't really notice it. Yeah, the T30, I didn't do well in the beginning, but it was a pretty fun match. This is probably not going to end well for me. I'm going to try to do a little spot and probably run away, to be honest. I'm actually curious how they revamp Fjords. I think this will probably be the most changed map out of every map that we see going to HD. Wargaming's been wanting to actually remove this map. I don't think they'll remove it, but some of the maps that aren't like snow, like this one has a lot of grass, but it'll probably switch to having more snow on it. They're going to most likely be rebalancing them a lot. It's just Fjords is very heavily slated towards the other side winning. Mainly because this side it's much harder to fight up in this northern flank. It's such a it's a longer route. You're more disjointed from your team. So I think this is going to be changed a lot when we see it in HD. Specifically right around where me and this T20 is. Carl, I guess I typically don't free XP the unlocking the tank. I guess free XP the modules, get it to elite, and grind out the rest. But typically I buy tanks after streams and stuff. That way I'm not moving crews around, because sometimes I look for like 5 minutes at the crews to kind of cherry pick what ones I want to like butcher, and you know, I don't want to waste time on the stream doing that. But typically I only use my free experience because I grind a ton of things on modules alone, just because it would be way too expensive. Plus I don't mind, you know, grinding tanks if they're elite. I need to run away, and you should probably run away too. Or not. That actually... Oh, never mind, there's an Oni. I'm like, if the T-28 prototype's alone, I was actually confident I could get behind him. Would definitely run here, dude. Sticking it out a little bit, but I think they're gonna turn around. Just in case the prototype has his side to me, and he, you know, yeah, he just killed him. If I could see him, I would take a couple shots at him. I still think, though, he's going to turn around, because they don't really have anyone left on their team. I know, I'm not on Sandbox. I can't flip myself over. Now that you said that, I probably will. I probably should have did this sooner, because I'm probably just going to run into them up here. I swapped over to APCR because this does struggle with pen a little bit. 170, and that bumps it up to 210 against armored tanks. Maybe they kept pushing. Oh, yep, they definitely kept pushing. Prototype, who I've actually... He saw me. Oh lord, yep, he got another hit on me. Oni, where's he pointing? He's still pointing dead ahead. God. Oh lord. I gotta get to his side. I don't think he even noticed that I was here. Unlucky for him. His rear armor is pretty thick. Congratulations, Casper, on winning the raffle. He's still looking at me. Now he's not. Nice little win we got here. And I got the final kill on top of it all. 1700 damage, 500 assist. Didn't flip myself over. All is well. Alright. Got a Mastery Badge 2nd class, top 3 damage. Chrysler did a damn good job. Their team, everyone did damage on their team, but none of them seemed to survive long enough to, you know, make any headway. Fortunately for us. Our next tank request here is a Thunderbolt. Here we go. I'm just looking at the overlay again. Took me a little bit of time to Photoshop here. I was trying to do Adobe Illustrator and port things over. I was drawing everything and it wasn't working out a ton, so I had to scrap everything and draw in the little spider webs and stuff here on my own. A little proud of myself. I'm not the best at drawing and stuff, unless it's like straight lines, like for weak spot guides and stuff. Hello Dana, nice to see you. If you want to take a peek at HD maps and stuff, the first 2 hours of the stream were HD maps, so at this point you can rewind to most of it. But I got into every single new map on the Sandbox server. I'm gonna try out the other side here. But for anyone that did miss that, a little bit later it'll pop up. I clipped out just the Sandbox stuff. I'll have that video up. There's spiders behind me. They're just very small on my webcam. But I was kind of rushing because I saw the Sandbox got up and I needed to test it out before I start streaming here, and I didn't have as much time as I thought. I was gonna do a little bit more, honestly. Worried about the Scorpion G, so I need to pop up a little bit here. At the peak there's no Artie, which is very nice. Crap, I'm not angled right. There we go. I was showing a little bit too much of my side. Still gotta worry about this Scorpion G. Popped up a little bit further. Can't shoot 2 places at once. Oopsie daisy. Mainly one out here because I saw that they had some lights that I could bully a little bit. So that bat chat's reloading. However, we need help with this Scorpion G a lot. Yep, he's not loaded or unloaded anymore, dude. Thank you very much, Dana, for the tip. I'll update that after the battle here. With a good roll, the Scorpion G can actually kill me here. Crap, I get screwed up. And I don't have a repair kit. Got one shot left. Very nice. I don't have the best repair skills in this. Go, Cromwell, you got this. I'm gonna go up with him only because he's being a good sport. He should be able to kill the Scorpion G on his own, even getting hit that hard. On the overlays? I'll have to draw some in just for you. Alright. They're at our base already. Unfortunately, I need to swap over to some APCR in case I run across. Pretty much every one of their tanks right now have a good chance at bouncing my AP. It's not going to go well for us though. Crap, I actually angled wrong here. Don't worry about our base, guys. Literally the only chance we have against a Tiger 2 T-29 with low HP mediums is to put 3 on the cap. Come on, we can get it down to 15 seconds. You're doing so good, Cromwell, up to now. I've got most of the cap points, so I'm trying not to fire. Not that I have a shot right now. But it's just, I saw their Tiger 2 and T-29 still had a good amount. Maybe the T-29 didn't. Whew, got a nice little win there. That's how you win a match. I know, these graphics now are terrible. Ugh. Alright, so let me update. Tip goal. Pretty decent match though. We got a mastery badge, first class. I also got whatever the hell medal that is. Let me just fix this real quick. There we go. I got a whatever L medal. Not even gonna try to pronounce that. And that's for what? Destroying 2 enemy tanks or TDs with a medium tank in one battle. Top 2 damage, most amount of experience, but that's how you win. You got to play the objective, and fortunately those 2 guys were listening, because we wouldn't. Mainly their Tiger 2, he could just one-shot all of us. Where the Tiger 2 is not really known for its armor, but it still would have killed us. Yeah, I'm almost certain of that. Even if we like went all at one time, got all of our shots on him, he would have been able to kill us there. Get into the PZ7. I would, well, technically the best Sherman would be the M4A1 Rev at tier 8, but I guess when we're talking about like practical ones, I would say yeah, either the Thunderbolt, but I'd probably go with the Firefly actually. I'd probably go with the Firefly. Doesn't have Sherman in the name, but it still is one. Trying to put that down gently. But if anyone here, I'm sure a lot of you guys were watching earlier though, but if anyone popped in recently, if you want to see the HD maps and Sandbox, scroll back to the beginning of the stream. You'll be able to rewind back to when I was playing them. I'll get to the KV2, Madalena. I think typically I end my stream about 15 minutes ago, but I'm doing all the requests here, and I'll probably add on a couple grinds onto the end. But my next stream is going to be tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 9 p.m. At night. Won't be any longer than that. Come next week, I will have a new stream schedule. I'll figure that out by the weekend. Maybe tomorrow, but most likely I'll post it up starting on Sunday stream. But next week, I should still be streaming Wednesday morning, same time as now. Maybe like an hour earlier or something, or an hour later. But I will be streaming at least one more day, if not two. I had to figure it out specifically earlier on in the day. So I'll have more than just one early stream here. I'm sure for a few of you guys that aren't in the US, you'll appreciate that. But most likely my stream schedule, I think the only day that might switch is Thursday night. That might switch to Thursday morning or a different day entirely. And I should be adding one extra stream day on, or at the very least I'm going to be streaming more hours across 4 streams. Alright, I'm loading APCR here because there's a crap ton of tanks in front of me. I don't know what that dude was doing as far as running away. But yeah, I'm going full APCR. Screw balance. Trying to bait them into shooting my angled front. Because if they want to hit this little corner on me, under my turret, they got to get plastered by all my tanks here. Or allies, I should say. Alright, they're aiming at the E75. Come on. Oh god. Come on. There's a Type 5 there, yes. However... this is actually pretty awesome now. Thank you, E5, for a little bit of cover. As long as he doesn't knock it completely out of the way. Ooh, he's getting close to doing. They're probably getting a little bit mad at me. I don't know, T-30, why don't you want to use this guy as cover? Like, this is... I love when... Not when my allies die, but I love when I have a frickin' dead tank to hide my lower plate behind in a tank like this. Never mind, they actually... Alright, that's actually hurting us now. I don't know why the C-75 is still complaining. We should be fine here. I've just got to get up a little bit further. I didn't shoot the low HP tank, but that shouldn't matter too much. But yeah, I might as well just go for it here. God. Oh, why did I do that? Bad Cody. Yeah, hopefully nobody here is close to any of those fires. Let's get him to turn, because before he reloads, he should die. Now we're getting flanked ourselves. This is not good. It just depends on where this 50B pops up. Alright, he's still down there. 268's dealing with their base. Okay. Come on, Girl 15. He should be able to deal with the E75 on his own. He's probably gonna shoot me. I would shoot me. I'm not even gonna fire because it doesn't make sense to bounce. You're welcome, girl. But I definitely cheated a little bit here with APCR. I'll admit it. I'm gonna swap off of it now. I didn't need it for all those shots, but it definitely helped a little bit. I was shooting a couple tanks that were angling very heavily, but I knew APCR could just punch right through them because it wasn't gonna ricochet. The difference in pen, 258 to 315, honestly, the pen on its premium round here, it's definitely good, but it's not like some that get like 350 plus millimeters. Like the Chinese, excuse me, TDs get like 390. So yeah. But anyway, Mastery Badge First Class, Steel Wall Award, top 2 damage, the M48, like M48s usually do now, just stomp them. And as far as experience, second place as well. Pretty decent match, lost some credits though because I just went with APCR and never swapped off. Let me add another almost an ace tanker biscuit into the shop. There's 2 of them up there now for anyone that like to buy them, so everyone can get some biscuits. So we have a Type 62 up. Levi's now into play mode. He keeps like looking at me and snorting a little bit. He has both of his toys he likes to play outside with him there. So we got the Type 62, KV2. I'll probably at least hop into the Bat Chat 12T again, since I'll be getting that the AMX30 after that. Hey, little bud. I see you down there. He's gonna be a little dirty dog here soon, gardening. But he doesn't eat them, but he likes picking up acorns, and he just kind of holds them in his mouth for a couple minutes and drops them near me. It's kind of funny. Uh-oh. Go away. Here we go. Alright, not exactly my favorite tank for a light. Seem to be getting it a lot recently when I'm in a light tank. Twat waffles. This is another map that this is gonna look pretty crazy if it, you know, the HD version of this. He might be part squirrel, or he might, you know, watch the squirrels when we're not home. When we're at my grandparents', they have like a screened-in porch that he can look out the windows. They're low enough, and he like watches the squirrels the whole time. Maybe he's trying to learn their ways, or he's just a little angry that he's only eating fish now. He's eating fish, you know, his food's salmon, and his treats are, and then a few of his treats and like supplements are krill. Krill and like just like whitefish and stuff. He seems pretty game with it, so the only other options he really has is kangaroo or venison. So we decided to try the fish out first here. I was trying not to get shot one more time. I can back up a little bit here. A little bit different angle. Daniel, right now the IS-7, but the IS-4 is slated to get rebalanced at some point, or replaced. What I think Wargaming is going to do, they have the, honestly they're talking about, you know, switching to T10 with the object like 257 or something. So think a tier 9 object 252U/defender. I think when that happens, which will be in the next, say, 2 to 3 patches, it's not the next one, we'll see the change to the IS-4 to where the T10 might guess might get popped over to a little sideline as well as the IS-4, and then we might see the ST2, so essentially an ST1 with dual cannons they keep talking about. I don't know why I popped out here. It's just he has a better shot on me. Get back to where this dead tank is, but I don't think I have enough time. Easy. If I run into him like that. Huh. I've never tried a carrot for him. As far as, like, I mainly get these because, I need stuff to put pills in. Like, the little krill things are soft. I might try that, though. I could, hollow out something like that. Even though he does, like, I give him whole carrots when I'm cooking, mainly in the winter at home. He likes running around with the carrot. He doesn't actually eat it, but he runs around and just, like, plays with it, and it's kind of funny. He'll, like, gnaw on it, but he doesn't actually, like, eat the pieces. Gun depression's my problem here. Well, yes, they're talking about implementing the being able to use two guns. It would be they'd have to implement that for the ST2. The only other tank with it modeled in the game is the completely overpowered, it's like tier 3, the MTLS-1G or something. I have a couple of videos of it up here when I had a media account. That's the most, bar none, even more overpowered than the PC2J tank in the game. Just from, it doesn't have great armor or mobility, but just firepower wise, the thing is just meep. Insane. I was like, IS, don't shoot through the building. We're definitely not going to get this one, but I'm a little bit determined to kill the IKV. I ran out of time. Okay, IKV, now's your best chance to get me here, or the IS. They're gonna cap out, so it doesn't matter if I live or die, honestly. We can do a little bit more damage here. Ended up at 1600, but hello Tunster, nice to see you. Long time no see. Have you ever raged? Last stream I did a little bit with matchmaking, but almost, I don't really get phased by World of Tanks anymore, to be honest. I've said it a few times, it mainly has to do with my job. And over the years I've learned, you know, it's a game. Don't care too much if you lose or win, as far as getting angry. But over the years, if you rage too much, it's not healthy. But my day job, so I'm a sous chef at a restaurant, so, and working with family on top of that, this is cakewalk compared to that. Well, Carl, honestly, if not to say that Jingles is a bad player, but you can't, no offense, you can't go off of his gameplay deciding whether a tank's overpowered or not by that. Let me see if I can find some of my videos of it. It's just, I played that early on when I started live streaming years ago, and just making videos. Like, it is low tier, of course, so if you've played the game for a while, it's pretty easy to do well on any tank, but honestly, that was the one tank at low tiers where you just delete things time after time. I'm seeing if I can find some of my, they're really old. battles here. But that's actually a video to the tank I'm talking about. But it's just, thank you, Dunster. I'm glad you like them. I have a little bit more time now to where I can do a little bit more. Huh. Marshmallows. I'm learning something today, Labobo. That's actually a good idea. I'd still have to ask my vet because like they're keeping track of everything. We have to go to a dermatologist, which is like $600 or $700 but we're keeping track of everything he has to where we're slowly like whittling down what could affect him, unless it's probably like grass or something, honestly, which then there's nothing that we can do. But because it's mainly just his feet and like his underside where he gets really bad, like scratchy red and like little bumps that, you know, can get infected. That's a good idea though. I'm gonna have to, I might have to use that. Because right now I do all of Levi's medicine, mainly with how Ryan and I's schedules are. But she probably won't do the krill. It smells, so you have to kind of squish it in. Why did I push up here? I knew that was a bad choice. I'm bottom tier, doesn't... I'm not gonna do my radio, man. I have an Oni near me. Take that. Well, no, I agree. Like, I like Jingles as far as... Honestly, his videos are enjoyable to watch. And he has good accent and a voice. But... if you're talking about as far as like playing certain things, I don't always agree with his, say, opinions on like doing certain things in a certain tank, like tactics. Granted, I do play differently than most players, but yeah. Honestly though, compared to say the other, say, top video makers and streamers, whatnot, I'd rather watch Jingles more than, say, Quickie Baby or Sir Fosh. I know people like them as well, but I would much rather watch him than those two. I just don't like, you know, people raging the entire time. I missed that. That was a bad... I just thought I killed my own dude. I did hit him, but he died. Oh well. Sorry, Chrysler. I was trying to help you there. The rest of the guys I'm not too sure about, but as far as me, I'm trying my best to pop out. Unfortunately, I just got hammered there. Like, I'm not stuck out enough. Like, he's able to track me, but he can't HP damage me, I think. I had FE through. 4's got me now. But yeah, the Oni is... he just pulled out sideways, too. But anyway, I don't like talking about other video makers, to be honest. Like, I get glimpses of the stuff they do every now and then, but personally, when I try to watch people on, say, Twitch or YouTube streaming, I tend to go for people with, like, 4 or 5 viewers, stuff like that. Watch the little guy. But typically when I watch people anyway, I'm like editing a video or doing something on my website, so I'll be able to watch people more here soon in the next coming weeks. But typically they're on my second monitor and I'm just like listening. My loader is dead. Yeah, I have 2 of them up. I only got 2 because I only had a media account for like 2 or 3 months. and that was only because Wargaming contracted out for the NA server. When they were first starting the community contributor program, they contracted out to a third party, like, not to say talent agency, but it kind of was. And fortunately, someone that was working there, I talked with, like, they contacted me and were talking, and if I was interested in doing stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot, and I did it for like a month or so. But then Wargaming decided to bring it in-house, and mainly the people that are in the NA community contributor program are either like the big names, or they do like Clan Wars, esports, and yeah, that's why I'm not one. But they also, not to say I know entirety why they dropped the third party company, but when I was part of it, they strictly based performance, like, of community contributors for the NA server based off of how many new players you brought to the game, because, you know, they wanted the population to obviously rise up. However, you know, to me that's a bad metric, because, you know, not to say new players don't watch live streams and videos, but to me, someone starts watching videos and live streams to learn more about the game that they are playing after they've already kind of tried it. Like, you might take a look to see how a game plays before doing it, but you're not going to get, you know, say a ton of repeat people unless they've already tried the game. So at that point, it's kind of hard determining whether someone's bringing a new player into the game or not. So anyway, hello Gary, nice to see you. Rant over. Did 1100 damage there, 700 assist. Hopefully though, this T54 mod 1 should be able to wipe the floor here. Fire Dog. I haven't seen him in a while though. Oh. Yeah. Oh, and no, this is gonna take long. Alright, I'm gonna hop into a grind here. I know I can't go past 1 p.m. here with what I have scheduled here for today. Gotta get a couple things done. But I want to get at least a battle here. I might go in one more. Thank you very much, Manu, for the subscription. Which, if you or Gary or anyone else here catching the tail end of the stream, if you rewind all the way back to the beginning, using the DVR on YouTube here, I was on the Sandbox playing the new maps. Well, I agree with you too, Carl. Like, unfortunately, not to say that people that don't, like, by overachiever, I assume you mean like people that care a ton about, you know, stats and whatnot, and they're playing really well and they, you know, want to do their best, whatnot. But not to say that there are regular players that try to stream a lot, but like, I've seen a few. Like, I know not a lot of people like her. I've mentioned her before here, but like Rita Gamer, I like watching her stream. But to me, you know, she's, you know, she doesn't play the best, but she does do pretty well. But she's a good example of someone that, you know, it's not like she's a stat pad or rages if she gets shot, stuff like that. But I know not everyone likes watching her. She's a little eccentric, but I have a lot of people here, so I'll try to do a little scouting. It's just this tank is not the best scout in the world. Don't rewind. They do spoil you a little bit. Come on, guys. There's not many people up here until I crest here and probably get derped. Come on. You can do it. They have not pushed up here yet. I'm trying to get my team out here. Got already spotted. I could have taken a shot at him. But like, come on. This IS should start getting damaged a lot here. Oh lord, I'm so glad he did not. Trying to, there we go, get him killed. Like, I admit I use a lot of premium rounds sometimes. I'll at least admit, like the PZ7 match a few matches ago, I'm like, I'm just gonna cheat this match. I try not to use too many of them, but to me at this point it's part of the game to where it's definitely a challenge not using them sometimes if people are using them against you, but I definitely won't go like full premium spam game after game. And I could squeak through there. Oh god, he's waiting for me. Oh, I hate you, KD2. But she is cuter than me, yes. Alright, at least I got my team to move up here, but if we lose this, I'll be a little bit angry, because if they had just not stopped, it would have been a blowout. But I think we should win this. I'm gonna hop into one more battle. We won Fisherman's Bay, thank God. My last battle, though, excuse me, is gonna be the T-49 here. I'm gonna do another raffle here. I knew the KV2 backing up was looking at me. I should have just stopped. I was hoping that he was gonna, like, not one-shot me, though. He penned me straight on. Old Himmelsdorf here. I'm so sad. There's no Bismarck. There's no water. Buildings over here. Oh, these graphics. Just kidding. It is such a big difference between the new maps and the old maps here. Hopefully everyone enjoyed seeing the newer ones. Oh, I'm glad you like me as an NA streamer. I play on the peasant server, if you ask people that play over in Russia. I was really happy when I was on the test server that the Russian players weren't TKing us. Sometimes it happens a lot. They can still get temp bans from doing it on there, but you still see it sometimes. Got maybe one more shot before I start getting... I didn't want to get hit by him, but before I start getting RD'd here. We just have way too many people out in one line. Alright, anybody coming? No. Come on. I don't want to fight head on here, but you guys go way to the right, you can pop a shot off. He's moving around a little bit more. I'm going to shoot him. I judged that a little bit wrong. I should be able to hit him. There we go. Yag Tiger 8.8 is pushing up on the Tiger 1. I was keeping an eye on the mini-map a little too closely there. Know why I'm trying to out-juke a Gag Tiger 8.8, but at least we got a nice little win here. Did 2,000 damage, basically brawling in this tank more or less, but it's what I needed to do on the hill. This is going to be my last battle though. I'm going to try to edit this video I did clip out, get it up so people want to see HD maps. I got a full video of every single one of them. Will I get one more shot? Sorry, Centaurian. There you go. 2,300 damage. Whew. Anyway, let's see. The raffle's got a little bit of time left on it. 15 seconds. Glad we could end with a win. My next stream is going to be coming up 7 to 9 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. Mastery badge first class. Confederate, we got a nice little win in the Bat Chat 12T. Another Chrysler doing a damn good job there. That's probably an ace for him. But all in all, decent little match to end. Congratulations, Dana, on winning. But not a lot of damage in that last match on the Bat Chat, but at least they got a W. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Glad I could get on the Sandbox for you. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys tomorrow. Otherwise, have a very nice, I guess, yeah, week and weekend, because my next stream after that's Sunday. I'll definitely know by Sunday. My stream schedule is going to change for next week and going forward, but I will be streaming. I know Wednesday morning isn't going to change. It might like switch by an hour earlier or later, but it's not going to change that day. So anyway, thanks again for watching. See you guys around. Have a good one.